Okay, we are going live on YouTube. I'm going to make a resume. I'm going to start here recording. And we are now live on YouTube. So good morning. I'm going to make here a resume of yesterday activity in the markets as well as today. Okay, so listen, because the amount of profits that you can make investing in the markets, it is absurd. I already told you this several months ago when all the Americans, they started selling shares. We were saying the markets are going to soar. I was here telling you, buy stocks, buy massive amounts of Apple, buy massive amounts of a large number of companies. Stocks, some of them, they soared more than 1,000%, okay? For example, the case of Wayfair is one of the examples that I upgraded to strong buy at $24. And by the way, I announced before the crash in the US stock market, I announced in real time, 100% free, the markets are going to crash. I did it 100% free, 100% accuracy. Therefore, demonstrating continuously that you can invest or trade in the markets with 100% accuracy, explaining the process step by step, not only in stocks, cryptocurrencies, forex markets, as well as in the case of oil and the most complex instruments, the case of ETFs. So what I'm going to do here is to start screen sharing. But before I do it, I'm going to make a few comments about, what we like to refer to, which is the fact sheet, okay? So ahead, as soon as Snap reported earnings, I was here telling you to immediately to buy shares, okay? So my colleague posted on Twitter, buy 6 million shares of Snapchat. So the fact sheet is this one. Once the company reported earnings, the share price, it was $27.70 after hours, and then the stock reversed course, and it closed after our session at $33. The following days, Snap shares, they went to $43.50 directly, no pullbacks whatsoever. So we were informed how to make millions of dollars in the markets, precisely utilizing Snap. Snapchat, the stock that I was here on IPO, downgraded to junk, and I was here again 100% free, downgraded to junk, announcing Snapchat, it is not an investment. 95% of Wall Street had strong buy ratings. Snapchat started trading at $28 on IPO. Snapchat, the share price melted down to $5. Only at $5, I said, now you are going to invest in Snapchat, since 100% of the Americans, they no longer believe in Snapchat. Precisely the same process that I discussed here many years ago, investing in a company called Netflix. At that time, no one knew Netflix. For example, in my country, very few, they knew about Netflix. And I upgraded Netflix to strong buy at single digits when these American crocs like Jim Cramer called Netflix a dog. They didn't understand what Netflix it was going to do. And my role at that time, it was to educate people about what Netflix was all about, the end of Hollywood and Netflix as a business model. Well, having said this, when I upgraded Snapchat to a strong buy at $5, and this was 2 years ago, I said Snapchat, the share price is going to triple in 2019. So the stock more than tripled, and then came Wall Street upgrading Snapchat. So in 2020, what happened is that Snapchat, or the markets, they crashed on my call. Snapchat crashed down to $8 and everyone had the opportunity to invest in Snapchat at single digits. And then obviously you had Snapchat going to $43 an hour because the company deserved to do it, okay? So this process, while no one else believed in Snapchat, basically the stock went from $5 all the way up to $40, $50 an hour with my input, my help telling you to invest in Snapchat. So after the company reported earnings, and now I'm referring to paying interest, the stock, it went immediately to $68 an hour. So this is the stock that I told here people to close entirely short positions almost at single digits. It was $10.80, and the stock soared 600% in 2020. Once again, an example, no one in the United States invested in paying interest. At least no one believed that paying interest could go from $10 all the way up to almost $70 in 2020, except ourselves, our customers. They all knew about this, as I'm going to demonstrate here, okay? We made this available ahead of paying interest reporting earnings, okay? So I'm going to start here by screen sharing, okay? I'm going to click here on screen sharing, and I'm going to choose precisely this here, okay? Which is, once again, other call that I made available, 100% free, helping people to get out ahead of the crash and to profit from the crash in this company here, the case of Overstock, okay? As I'm going to show you. And you are going to see that all this is automated. You don't have to do anything because all this has been carefully planned in advance, okay? So all people, they already knew what was going to happen. So I downgraded, I made available, in fact, an upgrade to strong buy on the blog of the company at single digits in Overstock. The share price soared 6,000%. And on the day that the share price, it was trading at 127, as you have it on YouTube, I announced that to sell everything in Overstock. Not only I announced to sell Overstock, as I downgraded Overstock to strong sell. I made this announcement to a small group of investors, those that they paid for it, okay? So not only we profited from the 6,000%, we helped you the 6,000%, and many people, they became millionaires investing in Overstock. This is the fact sheet, as well as then we helped people to make even more by selling everything, reversing to the short side. So while the Americans, they then turned bullish at the top, with Wall Street raising targets in Overstock to $150, what I did, it was, now that you had, obviously we had the funds, no one else had the money, the capital to do it. What we did, it was, now we are going to sell everything and we are going to reverse and to sell short the stock. And what Overstock, the share price, did, it was to crash immediately 50%, okay? So after the share price plunged or crashed at 50%, what I did was this. I record the video with instructions and I said, this is what Overstock is going to do, okay? And I record that video and I made that video available to people worldwide, okay? It is available on the web and I'm going to show you where it is available, okay? And what the stock did until earnings, it was precisely what I said, okay? So we closed short positions. Once the company reported earnings, everyone, it was there buying shares of Overstock. And we were very happy because that was precisely what we expected, what we wanted to. And we were selling short a huge amount of shares of Overstock where we already had a strong sell rating. So as of yesterday, what happened in Overstock is that the share price plunged from the pre-market $82 all the way down to $60 without stopping, okay? And this is how you make millions of dollars in the markets, trading with 100% accuracy, following the instructions that they were already published 2 months ago, because we already knew that this was going to happen, okay? So this is where you are going to find the information on Overstock. What you are looking at is the free market feed, okay, autonomous trading free market feed. And you have it here in the morning. Alex Vieira downgrades Overstock, slashing price target. People, they already knew it. So when we published this news on the live free feed, the share price, it was $72, okay? So we gave you plenty of time to exit Overstock and to go short the stock. So I remind you that the stock closed at $60, okay? So you had plenty of time to go out. You had plenty of time to make your $1 million intraday in Overstock. So once you go to the blog of the company, which you find precisely here. So let me, if you are not here, so let's do this. We click here, and now we are going to click here, okay? So here, this blog post, which has been there for over 2 months, you find the video, not only what I've been saying here, so buy Overstock at single digits, and not only Overstock, the case of PayPal as well, okay? That was one of the stocks that I've been discussing here since IPO. And you are going to find here the video precisely, the one that I told you on YouTube. And I'm going to, you'll see it here. When the stock, it was trading at $127, I was telling people, sell everything, okay? Go short the stock. You have it here, $128 and 10 cents, all right? So, having said this, on the blog of the company, you'll find here precisely on Overstock, pre-market, you had what? You had $82, okay? $82 plus. We were selling short, while the Americans, they were buying shares, enthusiastic, believing that the share price was going to $150. The share price is not going to $150. Share price is going to the price that we want the price to go. It's not $150, my friends. You understand? This is a mathematical fact. I've been here for 35 years demonstrating it live on the tape. Do you understand? So I already knew about all this. The only thing that I had to do, it was to inform the people, and they had all the plans and everything before to do it and to execute. Nothing else, okay? So the share price plunged, crashed, and that's it. Extraordinarily simple, okay? Impossible to lose money in the markets. Having said this, now we are going to show you here the chart on Twitter, okay? So you go to here, Twitter, and Twitter, you had an uptrend, all right? So you had on the blog of the company, we upgraded Twitter to strong buy at $22 in 2020. We already had, in fact, a strong buy rating on Twitter. We reiterated at $28 the strong buy rating. And once again, the same situation. We, ahead of earnings in Twitter, I created a video with the instructions I made available. I'm going to show you where, okay? So you have this website, all right? On this website, you have here forecast and earnings calls, okay? Forecast and earnings calls. And you have it here on Intuitive Code. It is available on your iOS, Android, Fire TV, Roku, Xbox, Apple TV, Samsung, and so on, all right? So you find it here, the platform, okay? So for example, the case of Twitter or Overstock, you find it here, okay? So you have, I'm going to show you very fast, all right? This is extraordinarily simple, my friends. It's amazing, the simplicity of this, okay? So if you want to make, for example, $1 million, you have here special video demand for you to make $1 million with 100% accuracy. I'm going to show you here, for example, the case precisely here on the video on demand library, the case of Twitter, okay? So here you utilize the app, okay? This platform, it is 100% free. You type Twitter, okay? And you click here and then here, okay? So my friends, simple than this, it is impossible, okay? So you can see here the date of publication ahead of earnings, and you just have to click here, all right? So by clicking here, it is the video with the instructions, and you click here, since it is locked the content, okay, Twitter for long-term investors, you click here, and you choose the path to watch the content, because you are going to make millions of dollars, okay? So it is basically free. You buy the ticket and you watch the video, okay? If you want to know more, and this is very important what I'm going to say now, if you want to know more, that is to say, if you want then updated information in real time and so on, because this is video on demand, all right? With instructions published for long-term investors and ahead of earnings. If then you want to learn more, you have the live streaming, precisely what I'm doing here. So since often we change, we change mind in real time, so we make these announcements in real time. You have the live streaming, and the live streaming, we have been there, okay? Since the live streaming exists, we have been there on live streaming, okay? So I'm going to stop this. Live streaming is precisely the same. You have it here, okay? Alex Live. I already explained that there are many ways to attend the live streaming on the website, in the apps, and so on. I'm going back to Twitter, okay? And here to show you what? Twitter, again, we go to the chart on Twitter, all right? So what happened on Twitter on earnings day? Okay, so very simple, all right? So same situation you had here, all right? So I'm going to open this. $52.40, 100% accuracy, block short, live earnings, all right? And after earnings announcement, what did you have? You had Twitter down to $43, correct? A crash on Twitter. Americans, they were expecting what? Precisely, they were expecting probably that Twitter, it was going to $65 or $70, like the case of ping interest. No, because we said otherwise, okay? So, by the way, if you wanted to know, and I was here precisely ahead of ping interest earnings and after earnings announcement, telling you to buy shares of ping interest. We made it available on the blog of the company. And once again, we also made available on this here on the platform. We made available, you have it here. I'm going to delete here Twitter, and I'm going to put it here. Ping interest. So you just have to type the ticker for ping interest, and once again you have it here ahead of earnings, full complete instructions for long-term investors. So you have it here category earnings as well as stocks, and this was made available basically for free, okay? So it is not even in the premium category of stocks, all right? So we are talking about millions of dollars in profits basically for free, and 6 minutes, okay? So it's 6 minutes. The instructions are there, 6 minutes. You had the stock at $50, $49, and the stock went down $68 and a half, all right? So everything addressed here. If you wanted to make millions of dollars in ping interest as well as in Twitter, the case of Apple, Spotify, these are some of the companies that they reported yesterday, all right? Everything it is here, okay? I repeat, everything with 100% accuracy, all right? And more they are coming, and more they are here. Everything it is planned, everything it is automated, okay? You understand? Even my dog makes money in the markets. It is impossible to lose money because this is all automated. I already know what is going to happen. The proof it is there. It is recorded live. Do you understand? This is clear English, my friends, okay? Cannot make it simple, all right? So we are going again here, $52 an hour. So what did happen here in $52 an hour? Crashed. my friends. There was no other alternative crash, all right? So you have the quote after hours and pre-market, by the way. And today you have here the scenario, pre-market. So I'm going to show you, this is pre-market, just for your reference, since I'm doing this in live streaming, extremely simple. The S&P down 31, NASDAQ down 162, and Dow Jones down 250, and this after recovering a bit pre-market since it was down further, okay? So I don't see any, surprise whatsoever. People, they already knew about all this stuff, all right? And congratulations to everyone. So here I address the case of Twitter, the case of Apple, the case of Spotify. You had everything there. The case of Snapchat, 100% free. The case of the best stocks to invest in. The case of Pinterest, 100% free. The case of Twitter, the case of Overstock, where we also helped you to make millions of dollars intraday with 100% accuracy, as you could see here, okay? So, my friends, not only we helped you to profit from the bull market, as well as then the earnings, the crashes, everything reported here, the tops, the bottoms, everything live, okay? Record in advance before it exists. Pretty much when I announced, for example, the bottom in Peloton, I announced the bottom in Peloton Interactive before the price existed. I said the bottom is $19, and it was $19, $18.65. And there is a video recorded live, so we made it available. And by the way, other stock, wonderful company for you to invest in, because the Americans, they didn't want to, which I made available precisely to everyone at $1.40, the case of the Chinese company NIO. While everyone else wanted then to invest in Tesla, we said, I'm buying millions of shares of NIO. NIO, the company that no one wanted to invest, the Americans, they said it is going to bankrupt. As of today, yesterday, the stock went to $32. And I said, you are going to make 30,000% investing in NIO, by far more than investing in Tesla. And while everyone has been discussing Tesla, and I repeated here to invest in Tesla 1,000 times, I said, you are going to make by far more investing in NIO. Americans, zero invested in NIO. They sold short NIO. They lost everything. But, like I said, this in 2019, we already knew about all this, because there is a video that I made available to subscribers, to followers, to users, saying NIO, it is the #1 stock pick for small investors. Buy millions of shares. Precisely the same situation that I announced here when Advanced Micro Devices, I'm going to stop here. So once Advanced Micro Devices, it was trading at single digits, $9.85, that was coincident with Goldman Sachs downgrading. I was on the blog saying, buy millions of shares of Advanced Micro Devices. Just a couple of months ago, Goldman Sachs, this American corrupt bank, followed by millions of Americans, stupid Americans, they repeat again the same mistake all over again. They were downgrading NIO to $7. Do you know the price of NIO as of today? Is $32 yesterday, $32. These Americans are, I already told you this thousands of times, it comes from Einstein. They are native scammers. If you believe in Americans, you are going to lose everything, because what you have to do is precisely the opposite. When a company like Goldman Sachs, where they are native scammers, even the government, the US government, it's not me, it's the US government says Goldman Sachs are criminals, they are scammers, okay? It is a scam, all right? Do you understand? The US government says Goldman Sachs, it is a scam. So why do you have 90% of stupid Americans doing what Goldman Sachs tell them to do? Because they are stupid, my friends. Because the US government has been warning people for at least, I've been in the markets for 35 years, for at least over 2 decades, the US government has been warning people and fining Goldman Sachs. Do you understand? So people, they want to believe in Goldman Sachs because they are truly stupid, no one else. So Goldman Sachs said, NIO is worth $7. Okay, you sold short NIO, you sold or whatever you sold shares, you didn't want to invest in NIO. You lost everything. You are truly stupid. But we warned you. We told you, look, if the Goldman Sachs is a scam, you invest in your #1 stock pick. Okay? Simple. All right? And with this, I terminate. Thank you.